We are live once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Please Understand podcast. This is Minnesota Sports. We are casuals. We got to dive right in. We've got a power-packed P-cast tonight. We're going to be breaking down the first two rounds of the NCAA tournament. Madness is officially upon us. We got a lot of things to get into, brackets, storylines, maybe some additional stuff as well. But yeah, a lot of ball. I think we're all kind of exhausted from sitting on the couch. We're used to the Saturday, Sunday NFL slate. That's plenty of heavy lifting for us. But you throw a Thursday, Friday at us too, man, I'm sore. So we got all that. We're going to talk some T-Wolves as well. We've got a 4-game sample now without Anthony Edwards. There's going to be some thoughts to be had here, and we'll see kind of how things are looking as we wrap up the season. I believe 10 games left. PGA one and done, and then we got shout-outs to wrap it up at the end, even though I know we're all a little distracted, Jake. I know you are as well. We've got TGL playoffs as we speak here on a Tuesday night. Man, one of the biggest stages in all of sports, like literally, like it is a stage. It's just a big screen they're hitting into all night. It's pretty sick. So Tiger's back. So I think there's a lot of balls on that watching. So we'll see if they can force a must-win game 3 in TGL playoffs. What a world we live in. We'll get to alive. Yeah, right. Man, that's tech for you. This will just be how like Tiger ends his career, just virtually in the Sims, becomes the Sim legend, even though he's been pretty shitty. We'll monitor the situation. Jake, please let us know if there are any developments, specifically with if he can't even walk around in that arena, we got big problems. But what does it say? Is it more of a testament, do you think, that he's back and going to play in the Masters, or is this just how bad Kevin Kisner is and we just could not allow him back for game 2?
This 100% could be just a ratings move, or it's just the season finale of TGL, so let's get Tiger on there and just try and renew this for a 3rd season. So that's probably most of it, but it's fine. We'll see. It's like you said, it can't get worse than Kiz. He threw that personally away last night. Otherwise they'd be at 1-0 right now. So sucks for the Jupiter Lynx, but they're still fighting.
Yeah, further than they got last year, that's for sure.
Better than last place, yes.
We'll be monitoring the situation. Before we get into madness, guys, everybody out there listening via the podcast feeds or the folks here trickling into the live stream, hey, we're doing this out of the goodness of our heart, providing all these really bad takes and, really showing you guys the wrong path to go down with betting. Do us a solid. Like and subscribe to all of our feeds on all platforms. We're talking YouTube. Obviously, we're talking X, as always. TikTok as well. Give us a 5-star rating if you can. It can go a long way. You don't have to listen to it. Just subscribe. Give us a 5-star. And, if you catch a few minutes here or there, hey, that's great. But give us a little help with the algorithms here. Boost up the numbers as we prepare to take over Cottage Grove. All right, March Madness recap. Guys, this is a lot to break down. So I guess first place I feel like we could start, let's do some bracket updates here. Let's start with the pod one that we went over last week. Some good, some bad. I think by and large, not a lot of devastation upset wise, but I think a lot of folks, I did the pod. I submitted that one. And then I've got a couple versions of my own. And I think you guys I'm wondering where you guys are at with your picks too, but it's like kind of the same story as usual, about 11 out of 16, Sweet 16 or Elite 16, excuse me. Most Final Fours, I think, unless you had Florida or something real crazy, you're probably still having most of your Final Four left. And so for the pod, I think, we got a little sniffy with the Akron pick, and that, never really stood too much of a chance, I guess. But Iowa, Nebraska, Sweet 16 matchup. That's a big. You just kind of look. You just look back at your, I got the, of course I'm printing out the sheet here. Everybody take a look at paper. It's still, people still use it. And you're just looking for red and green, and that bottom left there's some cross offs there that really don't look too splendid. But overall, this is how it always goes. You want to have a bunch of your Elite 16, but really it's like if you get a bunch of your final 8 and your Sweet 4, like the points start racking up. So we'll kind of see how the pod goes. How are you guys' other brackets doing?
Mine are doing okay so far. They're slightly worse than the pod's bracket by a couple of points. But I do have one of my brackets that I did lose a Final Four in Virginia. Try to get a little sniffy. But that's all right. It's everybody's bracket's a little effed right now, so anything can still happen. The only thing I did have Florida losing right after this one anyway, so there's no points lost on my bracket on that side. So kind of helped a little bit. Who knows? Still gonna need some luck, obviously, but we'll see. I still got a couple of strings to pull. I'm sure nobody else has another one, so it's all right. Probably not gonna win. Probably wasn't gonna win anyway.
Yeah, right. It's I got one where I've got 7 of 8 Elite 8 left, so there's an opportunity there. The one, of course, being Florida. But it is funny though. You start looking at the games this weekend, and you're like, man, I really need those Cinderella stories to end because of how it is. And then that I know, and then that well, I mean, one is Iowa, dude. Like Iowa and Texas. Does anybody really care? Come on now. Houston becomes huge. I feel like if you guys also took Houston,
yeah,
like with the way that one's going, them versus Illinois is a monster game this weekend.
Yeah, that's a good draw for them now all of a sudden with Florida being out. But Iowa, I will say, like you said, who cares? Like their entire state, that's the best thing that's happened to them, and who knows since when. But I will give them a little credit. Sure enough, right? Like I uploaded a TikTok of last week of us like Iowa, like what the fuck, and like they were very respectful. Could have been a bunch of assholes in the comments, but they're nice people. Do I want them to win? Not really. I mean,
if you had Florida, then you got to tail Iowa forever. Then that just fucks up everybody else's bracket. So
damage control. But we've been riding the Iowa unders, and they have been hitting on the damn freaking right on the line, half point below each time, which is kind of scary. But now we've got Nebraska. I'm like, man, that's really getting tough. But they've killed a couple parlays. We've been hitting some good bets throughout the opening weekend. So it's like I've already kind of made enough profit for this whole tournament compared to my usual disasters of years prior. So like I feel like that's kind of a nice additional way to, navigate your way through the bracket as you're watching some of these things. Like, okay, I have my picks. Well, maybe in the parlay I go the other way, and it's like, well, I'm going to get something out of this. But
hey, pod bracket. I'm curious because now I don't remember. I haven't been looking at that one that much. The East region, Michigan State is who we had going to the Final Four, if I'm not mistaken. Correct. And did we have them beating St. John's?
No.
Or Duke. Okay.
We had them also beating UCLA. Tough scene. But we went for it, right? We took some swings. Yeah. That's I guess we could have.
You pick a chalky champion, you got to take swings elsewhere. So,
yep.
Not dead, but hanging in there. But
we floating.
Seen worse, seen better. It's kind of how it goes. But brackets aside, Jake, what do you think is like the big storyline of the weekend or of the first 2 rounds, I guess, in your eyes?
Probably Iowa, just knocking off the 1 seed, I guess. That was pretty big. I don't know. It's just every tournament. Thursday, Friday was kind of slow, I believe. There's maybe a game each day out of the 16. I felt like the weekend games were a lot better, a lot more down to the wire, at least. Couple of buzzer beaters that went, some that didn't go. So, it's pretty good. But Iowa's probably definitely got to be the story right now. Iowa and then maybe even Nebraska. I guess that's a big rivalry for those 2 schools. Not that I would know anything about either of those possible 2 boringest states in this country, but good for them. They got something to cheer for.
There's a lot of punt jokes going on right now.
Wyoming would like
Because
to
of
have a
college
word with you.
football.
Yeah.
Just kidding. They're probably good people as well. What do you think, Phil?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's not like the huge Cinderella story like a 14 or 13 or something like that. You know, there is 11 Texas, which is a play-in. So that's kind of a little bit, but it's pretty chalky for the most part. I mean, you've got an 11 and a 9, and then there's 1 6 1 5, and even a 6 and a 5. I don't even really kind of count as like that. That's not really a Cinderella at this point. I think anything under a 9 probably would be considered that. Maybe even lower than that, but pretty chalky. I think story of the tournament around here is a different tournament though, because those Gopher women pulled off a nice little win this weekend.
That they did.
Got the barn humming.
Sounds
finally.
like they're
Nice to see that. What's
sounds
possible?
like they're like 19.5-point underdogs against UCLA, which is wild.
Yeah, I think I think they're like 32-1. And maybe a Lynx tryout. I know that center they have is either pick 1 or 2. I think we're picking second. So all the scouts will be in attendance. But yeah, very cool to see the barn, like a historic arena that has just been collecting dust from the men's program for the longest time. And you can see what it's like, man. It's awesome in there. If you can just give a fuck about your athletics and put some money into it. So, I mean, it'll be cool to see. Maybe they can, surprise people. It would be nice if it is at least just competitive,
For sure.
like you don't want to just, that's one thing where I feel like for women, like the 1 seeds are just, I mean, I feel like some of them are just coming in undefeated like every year. And you're like, how are they not going to make the Final Four? But for the men's, like, to me, the storyline is the blowouts. I saw that it was the largest margin of victory between like mid majors and power conferences since the field of 64 expanded. So we kind of thought that we were, it's like NIL. This is what happens to the smaller schools. They just get kind of picked apart. All their best players eventually leave. And you're seeing that. I feel like it's affecting the madness. The blowouts, most of those first couple days were disappointing, right? It's kind of like, how do you like your madness? I like Thursday, Friday. I want to tear my bracket up in a sick, perverted way because I want to see crazy games.
And chaos. Yeah.
We're just not really getting that. And I think you just have to wait longer and you probably get better matchups in the, this next Thursday through Sunday, because it's like, well, all the best teams are advancing. So you're going to see the best of the best playing against each other. You're not going to get to an Elite 8 and have a 1 versus a 12 or 11 or something like that. And it's just a complete massacre. And, I guess get it out of the way now. Maybe that's better, but it just feels like the tournament has changed for the worse. And I really don't like that at all. That was what was beautiful about it, was like in a 1-game scenario, anything can happen. And I don't really feel that way anymore in these first 2 rounds. Sorry, Sienna.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Sunday at least was like everything was a nail biter on Sunday. Up until I think maybe the last game of the
Texas
of the day
Tech, I think, lost by 100.
But
we were all
huge
dead at that point.
Yeah, but the rest of the day was pretty fun. A lot of close games. So, and I'm sure that it's gonna, now we're at the point where everything should be pretty competitive at this point. So that'll be fun. Now we're in the real, I don't know, tough part of the tournament.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, Jake, I think, the Kentucky game, a bank in like half court shot, basically. I mean, that was sick. There's a handful. The Wisconsin loss. I mean, I don't know how we didn't just lead the whole pot off with that. That was freaking awesome. But besides those 2, I mean, I like my madness. Again, that's kind of like, how do you like it? I want to be going from, I want 3 games going on where I have like a close finish here. I'm over to the next one. And then I'm over to a third right after that. And I'm watching all 3 of these scores to make sure that they're not going to all finish at the same time. And there was like no point where that was really even like in play. It felt like those first 2 days, and where it was like, I can go run an errand here or something. Like, Arizona's
Take a
beating the
quick
shit out of
nap.
somebody, and that late afternoon game. Yeah, take a nap, take a shit, whatever you got to do. Like, it used to not be that way at all. It was like
No.
all day marathon of like close games, and
Clocking in at 11 a.m. and clocking out at 11 p.m. is 12-hour shifts Thursday through Friday.
yeah, no backups. So yeah, it's just change it like everything, and even the stuff about mid majors. You can look at that in a different way and be like, well, are we moving towards just like 2 conferences at some point? Or like we were joking about the Big Ten, they got like 20 teams. So it's like college athletics just really is changing a lot. It's all money driven. And yeah, the bracket's still fun, but I'm just missing some of the chaos. And maybe this is just a couple year sample where it is an outlier and we can get back to some of the smaller schools having more of a chance. But as it stands right now, I mean, we're going into this weekend with some good games. So I guess I had a question I had for you guys. Like, we can talk about some of these next games, but like, if you're looking at your bracket right now, the things you have picked going forward, like, what would be the one thing you would change? Is like, you're like, oh, I got these guys still going. I don't know. Jake, what would you look at yours and be like, if I could do one edit live for the remaining games going
live
forward,
edit.
what are you thinking? I mean, it's a live pod. Come on, man.
One take back would have been not being the biggest fan of UCLA as I was, because I had them going to the Sweet 8. So
haven't slept since.
So that didn't pan out too tight, but that's okay. You got to take shots when you can. But yeah, that'd probably be my one little oopsie that I made. So I'm kind of fine with that, though. Everything else is just, it's been close coin flips and stuff like that. But yeah, maybe Virginia going to the Final Four. Turns out that wasn't a good idea. But
Virginia,
that's
they
the
know how to
madness,
do
though.
it.
Yeah,
all the things changing in college athletics, you can always count on Virginia to fuck you over.
Yeah, that's funny because I was going to say Virginia going to the Elite Eight. I didn't have them going further, but I had them Elite Eight in both of mine because I wasn't a big believer in Iowa State. But I don't think there's anything I'd like really change too much at this point. You still have an opportunity. There's every game this weekend outside of, I think, Iowa, Nebraska.
Of course.
Every other game, those 8 games going into the weekend, I guess it would be Thursday and Friday, all are meaningful at this point. So there's something on the line for each one. Even the Tennessee Iowa State, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Tennessee. They're fun to watch. So be cheering for them. Be cheering for St. John's. It's time. Wisconsin's out. It's time for Duke to go down. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, we didn't learn our lesson at all. We're still just ripping on Iowa. Meaningless game. But one of those 2 teams is making the Sweet 8, which is crazy to say.
Yeah.
So I would look back, and this is nothing we could know, but like Iowa State having that injury, I was very high on them. And now I'm looking at my picks now. I'm like, well, I don't feel good about them beating Tennessee at all.
What's the status on him? I guess I never even saw.
I didn't see the fact that he was just crutching around.
Yeah,
I kind of was like, well,
did look good.
Seems like more than a week. So
right.
I mean, they were in it with Kentucky for that first half. Like they're a turn you over type of a defense, and you could see their offense like against any sort of decent team, I think is just going to get annihilated. But Tennessee's another team. There's been like a handful of these, I think, that are still standing that have been in like the Elite 16 the last like 3 or 4 years, and it's a lot of the same culprits that we just never seem to get this information up front. I guess should have researched a little more, but so you're saying, I agree. Picks, money aside, all that stuff. Duke, please take an L.
This is where we get into our NFL playoff thing, where it's like, all right, who do I not want to see now at this point?
Yeah. Well, between all of ours, who is the most profitable winner? I think, would it be Arizona, or are you guys more on, did you guys pick Duke to win it all in any of your pools?
I did not. I got 1 Arizona and 1 Michigan.
Yep. That's what I got too.
Nice. I like that. Michigan's looking good. If you're power ranking the teams, I feel like, I mean, Arizona had a little bit of a scrap there with, who was that? Utah State. Michigan's looking like, I mean, they steamrolled Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, which is, that's a legend. You just
Milk Chamberlain.
Yeah, tough to see that. But I mean, Bama's looking good. That's an interesting game. What game are you most looking forward to in the next round? Besides Iowa
Illinois,
and Nebraska,
Houston.
Illinois, Houston's a big one.
That's like a play to the Final Four game, probably. Like I think you said earlier.
Another 2-3 that I'm looking forward to is UConn, Michigan State. It's funny. I think I picked UConn in both my brackets, but I want Michigan State to win for selfish reasons. That's my squad. But and then I've got them in there's another like pick 10 thing I do, and I got them in that one. So I feel like a lot of people probably have UConn. That seems to be a big game for sure.
Yeah, big one. We can't be having Iowa getting to the Final Four or Nebraska, like those teams. But we'll be fine. We're fine with Illinois though.
Yeah, come on in.
I think I had Houston in everything, so like that's the squad I'm going with. There's a couple nice matchups. We've got the Arizona, Arkansas, and then the Michigan, Alabama. The 1 seed versus the top 5 lottery pick point guard. Those two guys from Bama and Arkansas have been shredding here really all season, and then they showed up in a big way in the tournament too. That was probably maybe the best game. Was it? I guess that would have been Nebraska and Vanderbilt, but I think Arkansas played a pretty good game against High Point. High Point, credit to them for they showed up. That was a great game against Wisconsin. They're a legit team, so like kind of representing for the mid majors to a certain degree, and then of course like the typical coach after the L where they're like nobody will play us in non-conference and all this stuff, and it's like, well, sounds like you guys need to restart the Pac-12 or something, get into a major conference, get some money going on. But credit to them, I guess. But any other madness thoughts before we go to the T-Wolves here? Crazy how it flies by so quick, even though it's 12-hour shifts, like you said.
Yeah, nope. I just think Thursday through Sunday again. I think that's like the best part of this tournament is you get the craziness the first weekend, and then you kind of settle down into the like, all right, now we're down to the top 16 teams. These should be good games, and you can kind of focus on each one. It's just a little bit different than the craziness of the first weekend, but still fun time for sure.
I really noticed that drop off even from Thursday, Friday to even Saturday. Kind of bums me out a little bit. Where you're like, there's not 4 games right now. We have 1. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's 1 game on.
Starts, and there's like a 30-minute break in between the games for like the first like 3 or 4 games, and so it's very slower paced than what we were. Just the cocaine we had Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, we got to get a better balance. Even on Sunday, I think I saw a lot of complaints, even from the Bama point guard after the game. He's like, it's 1 o'clock. Like, what is this? Like, cram those games into the afternoon. Like, we don't need to spread them out all day on a Sunday. If you want to do that Saturday, that's fine. People are up late, getting weird. Get those Sunday games. Try to make it as close to like a Thursday, Friday style as you can. But again, it's all money, and I'm sure they're doing that from a ratings, purpose.
Just to have another 12 hours of ball, even though it's not as full impact of it is.
They want to keep us prisoner all day. It's like, dude, all right.
Watching the same 5 commercials.
Like, fine, I'll watch it, all of it. All right. Well, yeah, hopefully we can check back in and have most of this Final Four by the next pod and have a shot at some money. It'd be nice to report back to the listeners that we didn't completely disgrace ourselves with the picks. What up? Sticking to the basketball, let's go talking some T-Wolves here. We've got now 4-game sample size without Ant. Now that he's kind of nursing that sore knee of his, although it looks like he's back shooting, and like we kind of all thought if it was playoffs, he could have played. Get him ready for playoffs. But 3-1 throughout that stretch, and lost to Portland at home, right? It's got to be the weird loss followed by like a weird good win, just to confuse everybody. But Jake, what are you kind of seeing so far in these 4 games with him out?
The biggest thing has been Bones and Io. Their little tag team that has been just lighting up right now. They've been playing some crazy good ball. So it's nice to see them kind of get their shots, do their thing. They've been kind of just running the whole thing on offense, at least. So that's been kind of nice to see. We got Nas back in that last one. Decent offensive game, but weirdly a better defensive game out of Nas, which you'd say maybe once or twice a year. So that was just nice to see him get back in the rotation at least, though. Hopefully he's a little more healthy. But yeah, I don't know. It's been nice, but not nice. I don't know. This Wolves team, man, is still just a trip to me that we're just kind of stuck here in this. What are we, the 5th seed, I think, right now? And it's just we should be a comfortable 3 seed right now, not even worry about anything. But here we are, just right in the thick of it. And every win, every game counts, and everything's a must win yet again.
Yeah, can't be easy.
No.
Well, hey, how about another streak broken in the same year? Toronto and now Boston. That's probably one of the best.
The banner.
Yeah, one of the best defensive performances of the year. I think it's funny though. Like it's like, oh, they haven't won in Boston in this many years. It's like we play there once a year. So I mean, yeah, it is a long time. That is true. But it's not like, oh, we haven't won in LA for however many years where you have
and they're good.
At least
like,
double. Yeah, Boston's always good.
Toronto, it's like, okay, that's
yeah, that one. Okay.
What the fuck's that about?
But we were shitty. We were really shitty too.
Yeah, we sure
it's
were.
interesting with Anto. Like I like that guys are settling into their roles. I like that they're learning to play with each other, and I think that that's going to be a big key once Ant does come back, because he just fits right in. It is interesting. Dante's going through one of his slumps, and I know he kind of went through one at the end of the season last year, and it was into the playoffs, and he never really broke out of it. So I think what I'm looking for the next, what do we have, 9 or 10 games left?
10.
I want to see him break out of that slump.
10.
Like even if it's just towards the end of it, we got to have him shooting well come playoffs. Because if he's going to play this many minutes, even with Ant back, I'd rather hand more minutes to Io or Bones if that's the case, because at least they're more consistent on the shooting side of things.
You got options. Like it seemed like you kind of had to just live and die with your 38 minutes of Dante, regardless if he's hitting the jumper. And we've always said it, for a guy who's considered a shooter, like he's all or nothing, man. It's like his percentage like averages out to kind of look pretty good. And I don't know what he is right now. He's probably dipping maybe closer towards the mid 30s than high 30s, but you're like, God, man, can you ever have a night when you're having a bad night? Can you give us 2 for 9 instead of just fucking 0 all the time? Like
That's
those are just killers.
I was just looking at the Boston box score, and he was 2 for 7. So hey,
and a
there
win.
You go, man. There you go.
Not asking a lot.
You did mention it gives us options, which I think all of us like. It's just like, Finch, are you going to go to those options?
Are you going to see it in time?
I know that Nas had that. Yeah, he was 4 for 12, but he had that nice run in I think it was maybe in the 4th quarter. He had a nice run where he scored, I don't know, 7 or 8 in a row or whatever. Next thing you know, Rudy and Randall are on the court, and I'm like, I know he's coming back from an injury, but like, dude, that guy, he had all the energy, and it's not like Boston has a bunch of big men you need to be in there. Like Garza was their center at the time. Like, what are we doing here?
Right.
And eventually he did take Rudy out and put Nas back in, but I mean, come on now. Like that's where I think the big thing is Chris going to go to those options, or is he just going to be like, no, this is where I feel comfortable?
Closing with Julius ever just seems like a
undeserved
reward for him. And like, that's what I feel like I've noticed in some of these games without Ant, that bench plus minus has now completely flipped. They're the ones that are coming in and changing the game. Like, you're not going to bench Julius, because I'm sure he'll take that super well. So he starts, and we start slow almost every fucking game, that's with or without Ant. So to me, that's it is a Julius thing. He's just so lazy all the time. He's had some clunkers. We've been able to get wins in spite of that, but you got to be able to recognize, like, his leash, it's got to be short in the playoffs, man. And the bench has been coming in, playing hard, playing fast, and they're playing fucking defense, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've all been bitching about the ISO ball and like we're not moving it. and all this and that with the stickiness with Ant and Julius when they have the ball, our offense is still pretty good. It's good enough to win. And then they just sometimes will play defense, sometimes they don't give a shit at all. And that's when you have a lot of these bad losses. So that's what I'm looking to see with Ant. Like, I want to see, like, give me more energy, effort on the defensive end. You can see now you've got plenty of guys around you that can play. Like, trust your teammates, and I feel like they'll kind of find a rhythm as we go into playoffs, and it'll be looking just kind of like the last couple seasons did.
How we I know in our group, we obviously feeling good about Io, but like, I don't know, for the listeners, how's everybody feeling about his playmaking ability? He's showing, like, since Ant's been out, a whole nother side of his game that I don't think I'm looking through like a box score for the season. And there's a couple games that jump out here and there, but he's rebounding, assists, scoring at a high percentage. It's looking like, not quite triple double watch all the time, but when you're getting into 8, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 6, 7, like is he the point guard that you're looking for the future? Is he a starting point guard for your team?
I would rather get a true point guard for this team. I know it's kind of like a dying thing in the NBA these days, but I think we need a ball handler on this team and somebody to be the adult on the floor out there. So I wouldn't mind if that's what our choice is going into the next season, but I'd rather have a true point guard running the squad. Like a Kyrie Irving would be perfect for this team, I think, even at his old age of 35, 36. But still, I think that would do wonders for our team, I think. But I would give me Io any day, though.
Yeah, I wonder. He's nice. He's perfect in his current role, and is probably overqualified for that. But then you put him into like a point guard number 1, trying to make him maybe like a second or third option. Like, I feel like I don't know that that's in the cards for him. Like, as good as he is, I want to trade. I think you guys all agree, and we've talked about this, I'm sure, a million times. Flip Julius into a point guard somehow, some way. And you're probably not like, it would have been nice to be involved in the Garland situation. Yes. I don't know that Julius gets you that, but I mean, that ship sailed. I don't know that you're getting someone that good. Kyrie's a good name to throw out, just like you said, because of the age. He's in a weird spot where, like, what are you with this Dallas team that's going to have another lottery pick? I think contract-wise, that could be a possible swap. And it makes more sense roster-wise. You get Nas then in the starting lineup. Like, Io can still just be a 30-minute guy. I wonder if he then ends up replacing like Dante or something. If we continue to see streaky play out of him. Bones, it seems like it's going to be here. I know they're going to extend Io. And what's that price going to be? I mean, $20 million. That's.
I heard something today. It was like 3 years at like 17 to 18 million a year. So it was like 3 for 52, something like that. That's kind of what his. That's not bad. If it's under 20.
Yeah, I think that's just fine. Tim can work the books for that.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how things finish here with the momentum into the playoffs. What'd you say, 5 seed? I think Houston fell to the 6, so now that's a big game tomorrow night, of course, at home, 8:30. Find your remotes, mute your TVs. That'll, I'm sure, be a Doris night. So get ready for that on ESPN.
Is there anything worse? Is there anything worse than having to listen to her at an NBA game? Man, it's bad.
Every time you're on ESPN, literally every game you play on ESPN, she's there.
So it's like
ruining it.
Like she has Houston tomorrow, so it's just going to be the KD suck fest, I guess, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Usually we get Şengün. Usually we get her against Oklahoma City. Everybody's great on that team. Yeah.
I will just say too, like, how sick is Bones? I mean, that is such found money, and he's just so like he's just talking all the shit to the Celtics. Like, that fits perfectly with this team. So it's like, I think he was kind of always that way, but certainly he's now in an environment that encourages such behavior.
And Ant was the guy too that told Finchie that was like, "Hey, bud, you got to start playing Bones. Like, we need some minutes out of this guy." So Ant knows a little bit of ball.
He's exactly what you wanted Rob to be, except better.
And not
Because
even that old.
No, yeah, it was birthday lookup.
Hey,
Hey, there
35
we go.
in. First one.
25 years old for Bones.
Fuck yeah.
There it is.
Can you hit Kyrie too while we're at it?
I think,
Just
yeah.
curious.
I think
I think
he's
it's like
34. I want to say. I will hit that up.
2009 draft. Yeah, he's in his mid 30s. But you're right. I remember we talked about that when Ant was saying that
34.
about Bones, because we're wondering about, like, is this when he starts doing Ant GM type of stuff? You know, we've seen LeBron basically pull the strings for
Jackie Moon on his team
so
every
many
year.
years. Yeah, owner, coach, and player. But here's the first instance of that, and guess what? He nailed it. You know,
Yeah.
and he's out there playing with them. Like, and I'm sure, aside from what you invested in Rob, like if you just watch those guys play, it's probably very easy to be like, yeah, this guy's way better than the other dude. Probably should play him. Chris, fire.
Yeah, if Ant can
Chris.
see it. Come on, Chris.
Yeah. Chris, what are you often watching? Because I'm not so sure. As we lead the league in delay of games for the 8,000th year in a row, like, where's the discipline, Chris?
Can we see
these boys run wild? And it is entertaining for sure.
I'd like to see a player list of who leads in delay of games because it's got to be Jaden, right? I'm actually surprised he's not called for it more for like hanging on the rim and just all the
Tossing
goofing
the
off he
ball
does.
elsewhere.
Which
Yeah.
you know what? I'm here for it. So
Hell, it
I'm
makes
good
me
with
love
that.
him even more.
It's just one free throw, whatever. The way we're giving away points, like, it's just a drop in the bucket. So we got Houston tomorrow night. They're in the 6th seed. Lakers are getting a little ahead in that 3 spot. I don't even mind that, honestly. Sure, I'd like to get the 3, but if they're a 3, whatever. If you fall to 6, I ain't really tripping about that. Is Denver still the team we'd least want to see out of 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6? Or do these Lakers
Probably,
give
I
you
think so.
some night
Lakers,
terrors?
it's gonna be the same. That'd be the same 3-6 as last year, and I think this is a better Laker team than last year. But I still think we can take them. So I think Denver, maybe because they would have the 4, and then that altitude. So you don't want any of that.
Ooh.
You know, we did
Got
take
it
it to
time.
Game 7 a couple years ago, but yeah, I think out of those 3, I would want to play Houston first, then Lakers, then Denver.
Yeah, I think that's the same order I would have. The only thing, like, with Denver is it's what version you're gonna get. Are they gonna be healthy? Because if they're healthy, like, that's no brainer. They're the last one I would want to see. Because with Jokic, if he has the full arsenal behind him, that's tough.
They feel a little bit like the Wolves this year, where what like effort level are you getting, or how serious is each game? Both teams are just ready to get in the playoffs, I think. So you might see a lot of bad habits just immediately go away for both of those teams. And like we saw Houston in playoffs last year. I know they got KD, and like the Lakers, they completely fell apart. And I feel like they got LeBron they've been better without him. And I feel like in playoffs, he's gonna be like, oh no. It's time for me to assert myself, and it could be the best thing for us in that case.
One thing, Houston kind of reminds me of how Sacramento was a couple years ago when they were starting to be on the come up, where it's like they kind of blew up, had like a 2 or 3 seed, didn't do anything, and now the Kevin Durant thing, it seemed like a desperate move for a young squad, but I don't know, like they don't really. I don't think they scare anybody. And with the Lakers, I think I almost would put them last just because everything gets cranked up to 11 when we play them. It just sucks. It sucks playing against them, no matter if it's the first game or the last game of the year.
It is sick to beat them, though. Lakers in 5.
It is sick to beat them.
Because, all the shit about you just see Lakers shit on national coverage, So that's when I do watch ESPN after a recent Wolves triumph, to just be like, all right, let's see which one of you guys are going to eat a little shit today.
They won't.
And they just blame some bullshit. But yeah. I looked at the schedule. Last thing I know, Saturday we're gonna end up dodging 2 games against the Pistons without Cade. So like every time you look at the schedule finishing the season's brutal. The NBA, half these teams probably won't even be able to like field a lineup come game day. Like they don't give a fuck. These guys are all sitting out. It's just weird though. It was like Wednesday, or we had the Boston game Sunday, nothing until Wednesday, and then a Saturday, and then that final week and a half or so is just like 4 games in 6 days type shit. And you're like, what? We couldn't have spaced this out any better. Typical fucking NBA bullshit. And that reminds me of one other point I forgot to say this about Madness. Very enjoyable just getting to watch actual basketball played.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yes.
Go figure. Even though there were a lot of reviews. I will say I hated that, but
That part, yeah, that scared me a little bit, but it
that's
was
not
still
flopping.
better.
It wasn't
Yeah,
flopping
it's
related
way
shit. It's like
better.
out of
Cool.
bounds, or whatever. So or like a lot of like weird like Garza, I wouldn't be able to survive at all in college nowadays. If you like hook a dude, it's like a flagrant review. Like, I don't know what happened, what I missed with that, but he got out at the right time. That's for sure.
It is funny because
Iowa.
as soon as I went from watching Sunday night basketball, like college basketball, and then you flip over to Wolves Celtics, and Wolves and Celtics, that's 2 teams that don't flop a whole lot. It's here or there or whatever. And Derek White, I especially don't see it from him, but he had one where he kind of like leaned in and tried to draw a foul and got one. And I was like, man, it's the first thing I see when I flip over to NBA. Yeah, that sucks. Even from teams that don't usually partake in that.
Why are you even surprised?
Right.
That's the ball. That's 2026 ball. Let's talk real ball. Let's talk golf balls. PGA one and done. Houston Open this week. Through the chaos of madness, I guess, did Bridgman just do us a favor by not really giving us much to monitor, but still getting money?
Still got a little bit, yeah.
Tough one, but that made sense as a pick. I guess you could have gone Fitz. Like he made sense, but I don't know. I don't like that dude.
Yeah, that's the biggest fan.
Like
so.
Skechers, another Skechers. He doesn't have as many colorways as Julius. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
Where are we sitting
at there,
so
Jake?
far?
Yeah, so we had Bridgman T14, got us 161,000 last week. Moved up one slot from 27 to 26.
Hey.
T14s.
The way you want to be going.
Hell yeah, still trending positive. So we did that. Me and Phil tied once again. Phil still has honors
That's what
for
we
our
do.
picks. And then this week, giving out picks is going to be Phil, then me, then Hags.
Word.
As we move on to the Houston Open.
The thing I want to see most is just you guys have different picks for once.
Well, I'm getting weird with it this week. So if he has the same ones, then
I got
don't
one
know.
obvious pick of mine, but the other two are pretty weird.
I'm getting
so.
weird. Getting
Hot
weird
tongue?
with this one. It's a
Any
little
hot
bit of
tongues?
a like
I
Hags has
said
been
weird, not
burned
wrong.
into
No.
How
You've been
tongue is
burned
always
into
the
my
right
brain,
answer.
dude. It's the Bombers course, right? That's
what I
the-
always have seen it as in
yeah.
the last couple of years.
All right. Let's get weird with it. I'm going number 1. I'm going with Wyndham Clark. Just feel like it's time for him to step up a little bit.
Bay Area GC's own.
Yep. I'm gonna go him 1. I'm gonna go Finau 2.
Your boy.
And I'm gonna go with Brooks Koepka 3. That's gonna be my 3 this week.
Bruce. Well,
He's been playing well, except for some reason, I swear to you, the last 3 Sundays I've seen him bogey 18. Like I won't see him all day and they'll be like, he's finishing up his round. Then he'll miss a short putt, drop a few
I assume
slots.
Bridgman
swear, it's
bogeyed
3 weeks
18
in
as
a row,
well.
dude. Yeah, it's pretty funny to see.
So Bruce, that would be perfect for us because we always have a terrible Sundays with our guys. So
Yeah, it makes total sense.
right on quote. Well, good news. I don't have any of those 3, Phil. So that's nice.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Look
Got
at
what I
us.
wanted.
Huh?
This could be our
Change.
week.
Yeah. Or this is gonna be the week where we all have 3 different players and we're gonna have to figure out what the fuck to do. So let's see what I got
Hopefully.
here. My first one is Jake Knapp. Can't quit him. He's been striking well. I know he just
Nasty
was hurt a little
Knapp.
bit ago, but I feel like everybody who's been hot has won this year. They've gotten theirs after their couple weeks, and I feel like it's finally his time. So he'll probably win next week. And then my second one, Minwoo Lee. And then my third one, getting extra sniffy, I went Ryan Fox.
Sniffy. I like it.
Hopefully he's not
Bombers,
in the
though.
ER as we speak, getting ready to dub D again and break hearts. Who had him?
2 people WD in the last 3 weeks on that my pick, so this should be just fine.
And you're going, yeah, that's.
And then you go Fox. You should have picked Zalatoris too.
Yeah.
And then who was the third one? Who was the other guy?
Nap.
God, I can't remember.
Minwoo.
Nap. Oh yeah, you should have got Zalatoris, Nap, Fox. That would have been perfect.
2 out 3. It's all right. Some mid moves
There you
do
go.
for that.
There you
Yeah. So I
Thanks,
don't
you
think
got
we're
anything?
gonna. I don't think we're going to the tiebreaker here. I had Marco Penge number 1, real sniffy
Oh.
pick.
Yep. Been well.
I don't know why I even did that because I'm like, they're not going to pick him, but I bet him, dude. He's been playing good. He's a bomber.
I bet
Popped
him
up
too.
at Genesis, another
Yep.
Bombers track. So I like seeing that. And I think he was sniffing around the lead and just this past weekend. So I had him number 1. I had Brooks 2. He's playing well.
Moose.
Like you said, I feel like he's taking it seriously compared to when before it was like, oh, he's just the majors. Now he's got to
Earn his way back now.
He's got to figure out a way to
right.
stay around. So I had him 2, and then Sam Burns I put 3rd. Just kind of, I saw him like as a strokes gained in like Texas courses somehow. He was like one of the leaders, and I'm like, this is
He's a
like,
Texas
I don't
boy.
know.
Yep.
These guys aren't gonna pick Burns, but like if there is a time to deploy him, like this might be a good spot to do it. We don't ever feel good about playing him, but whatever.
We all real who's who of the list that we tossed out there. So
tells you the event, right? Didn't you say this is a low money week followed by another one and then 4 straight like
and 4 straight big dogs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think is it Brooks?
Right.
I think that's
it's
the
Bruce,
one.
Yeah. Brooks,
so they said I was watching Golf Channel and they were talking about this golf course. So I think they've been coming here for 5 straight years, 3 of which I believe, I don't know if it was 3, it was at least 2. They used to have it in like December when like Finau won, I think back then. And
yep. Yes.
I mean, that might even have been before Live even started, but since they've gone to the March schedule, it's been Bombers. So, and they must have redesigned this course at some point, and Brooks Koepka was one of the advisors that did that. So I was like, well, having him on the docket might not hurt to throw him in here either.
Little inside knowledge.
Yeah, and he's a guy where, like you said, he's back on tour trying to earn his keep. I don't know that I feel like I want to deploy him in a major, even still. So it's like this feels like a good Brooks spot to toss him out.
I'm mad at it,
but you could say the same. Like you said, Knapp, that was a good justification for him too.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, did he lose form? He had the WD, and then I think he missed the cut at the Players because I was looking at him too, and I'm like, this is perfect for Knapp, so he'll win.
Oh yeah.
So hey, just bet him then.
Yeah.
I think
I definitely did. Yeah.
Yeah, who else? I it's too many to even say. I bet like 12 Bombers and just gonna hope to. And then Scotty withdrew, which was like great for all the numbers.
Yeah,
yeah.
I followed everybody you had. I think I threw 4 extras in there, but I bet pretty much.
Did you do Haotong as well? If you're going all the
way, dude,
go all the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all or nothing.
I love Haotong, dude. Hopefully, he makes a President's Cup and deploys some new glasses. All right. What else we got? Shout outs? Is that the last thing, or was there any other PGA stuff? I guess just have you guys been thinking any Masters strategy / for DK or one and done? So I've been having some
a little
sick thoughts.
A little bit here. I did put in a Bobby Mack win to win the Masters. That's the only bet I got out there so far.
I like that. What was the
in
number?
The 45, I think.
45 zone. Man, I like that. Lefties.
That's the only one I've made so far. I've been waiting for Patrick Reed, but he hasn't been playing so hot on Live. So I'm hoping that maybe that number can drop a little bit because I think he's in the 33 right now. So if I could get that to drop just one more spot, then I'll just instantly plug that away.
He was hot out of the gate, but cooling a little bit. And the reason I brought that up was this Scotty WD. I'm like, man, he's really coming into the Masters weirder than he has in a while.
Did they say why?
He seemed like was
it an injury or?
Rumors of like maybe he's having another kid. Nobody said any injury,
but nothing official.
He could be in the ER. No one would even report it. Fucking nonsense.
He's in a gym.
Or he could be having ACL surgery right now. We have no idea.
Yeah, you're right. the likeliest place is prison. We've seen it. But just getting that news, and I'm like starting to think like, well, man, I don't know about one and done using him here. So if not, then who? Because Rory, I'm like, is he going to go back to back?
Rahm's
Got
been
me
hot.
thinking Rahm and
Rahm's been
Bryson.
really good.
Like,
Yeah,
is Bryson a
yeah.
little bit of a pivot where you still feel good? I think he's won 2 weeks in a row. Crushers. Let's get it.
What up?
So it's around the corner. So I was just kind of thinking strategy. Every once in a while, I'll go pop in there and look at the DK pricing. I did that after Fitz won, just to be like, he's playing better now, obviously, than what was priced back at the time. I think he was like 87 or something like that still. So not a free square by any stretch, but
especially with him, you never know.
We got to savor this time. Like the Masters will be over before you know it. So like the
2 weeks away.
But appreciate the lead in too. Yeah, crazy stuff. All right, let's do some shout outs and we can finish watching TGL. It's the life we lead.
Are you guys going to be on pause on that at all, or do you want a quick update? I've been following it.
I'm not going to watch. I'm just going to jump in.
Jupiter's was up 2-0, but over the last 4 holes, they've given up 6 points. So now they're down 6-2.
Got to be Hammer
after
City.
10, after 9. So now they're in the singles. Hate to see it. So that might be it. We got to hurry up.
Tiger somehow is matched up against Fleetwood.
What would be better? I guess Justin Rose maybe, but still, it's a
give him Sahith, dude. Sahith missed
really
like a 2-footer to lose second hole. Yeah, dude.
Shout out! I got one. Shout out to the Atlanta Falcons for signing the second B Rob on their team as a running back. They just had Brian Robinson Jr. So that should be hilarious come draft time. What B Rob is out there, so be careful on the trade offers. There's going to be a B Rob out there on the Atlanta Falcons that you don't want. So heads up.
It's almost like they did it just because of that.
Will he get as many touches? Will he get as many touches as Tyler Algier? That remains the question.
I will say, guys,
B-Rob will be getting a lot of them.
be careful talking B-Rob on this podcast. Last time we had a lengthy segment on him, he was shot.
Yes,
so let's not.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Any other shout outs? Someone say something else?
No, my only other one was the Go for Women's. We covered that earlier. So Friday night they play.
Well. Yeah. It's Friday night. Is it? I feel like we're out west if it's UCLA.
I think it's like 6:30 on Friday, something like that. Yeah.
All right. I'll probably check it out.
I'll be tuned in.
I had the same one. Go for women's hoops. Sweet 16. That's awesome. And then I'm like, I got to throw up an RIP for the homie Chuck Norris. Lost a real one, man. Greatest actor of all time. Also dabbled in martial arts
and dodgeball. Let's go.
I don't know what exercise machine he had where he was like, I don't know what the fuck that thing was.
Bowflex?
Was he a Bowflex cat? I thought he was on his own like total gym or some shit. And
yes, he definitely had something. Those infomercials burned into my brain.
He was always on something. And you're like, Chuck, what do you got? What are you peddling now, Chuck? To get swole. R.I.P. Chuck. We got Koepka in the one and done. Arizona, we need you. Iowa, we need you to lose. And are you going to bet the under again?
Oh, I think you have to. I didn't see what it said at. Was it like 144 maybe? I thought
I
it was
looked and
high.
It wasn't up at the time. So we'll have to double
maybe
check.
I might have just saw somebody projecting what it could be.
It'll be low.
Like
they all
on it though. We're 2 for 2, so
they come down
tables
to
are
it,
hot.
man. That was crazy, that first one, but
yeah.
Good time of year, like we said. Good sports stuff. Let's see if we can get a dub against Houston. ESPN, please, can you send like Richard Jefferson? We'll take anyone else at this stage. Like, come on now. Enough is enough. All right, let's check out some TGL. We'll be back with you all next week. Peace.